Thank you for joining us for the very first edition of UBC News tonight at 8 p.m. My name is Moureen Babirye with my colleague Dorothy Namuyomba on sign language. Let's get into our first report. Residents of Chisengwe sub-county in Kakumido district have vowed to overwhelmingly vote the Prime Minister Robina Nabanja to represent the women of Kakumido. Nabanja spent part of the day in Chisengwe where she informed her supporters about a group of leaders in Kakumido fighting to bring her down. Take a look.
The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabanja, continues to gain more traction in her campaigns to retain her position as woman member of parliament for Kakumido district. During her campaigns in Kisengwe sub-county, Nabanja revealed of a plot by leaders in the district who are fighting to bring her down.
District yone baire na nyori na ye enkwe entamuhira ekifo kyange kino kikubaluma bakulowooza olungi banesimbawo president obundi kuli alakolaki alangoba nikyo baliwo kyonka kubanga bakulu boona mu gavumenti bawulire boona owaabo babalabiza n'opposi ona ninyonye nkakugwerana kale batumanyire mulowaano omutima gukunduma eitima ly'abasajja abo n'abakazi abo yemanyire muliyo nkubasaba obuhagizi nkubasaba mugende muteera akalu nsobole kukola ebindi ebikyaliyo amazima ebintu mbyayire mbikoze ntalina kweganya.
However, the voters vowed to overwhelmingly vote her back.
Tiri kutuyamba ya deiba lebyo akogiye konyeza ngo ni muhara wa sekitoreko akale kaje yitire buyamazire kutuleta ito abaseturaza bakuruga Tanzania atuikizaho tumaze kumukoma kuba MP yeija yatandika kutukolera ebitalimu yeyitira kwendo otekano gumi cyo kurorera habwa amana ago buhungiro hari okaba mu bitano kinana plus.
She urged the voters to turn up in big numbers on the 15th January to vote her and the President Yoweri Museveni.
Nkajja basaba akalutu akamu namuteeka district yaabo naye bulinkwe zona ni waziruka bulinkwe timanyire kye nakoze sentaayo singa akimanyire kugeze mufukaanirira mugamba musajja yo kusaba onganyi na district yenu kwijano era ninyoyira kalyange bokula ni bagwerana nandiwe bakakorawo ki district kwija ocho hai mini banagabiti batu kwenda muswaze sitani abawa yafulira obururu 200 mu district yona mbutu kabwiba nanu wanu mukaiba obururu aizire akaruke kona mukakaibano chiumuro mukamara mpaka ati kwenda muntu wa muntu kigere hachigere liso haliso elaremoyo arawagira Nabanja mikono wa guru.
Nabanja does not only appeal to the young people, but also to the elderly who want her back into parliament, as well as retaining her position as Prime Minister of Uganda.
Abakwagira Museveni bara kandi abakwagira professor ogo Kisegwe oye
Now, President Yoweri Museveni has urged church leaders to be at the forefront in preaching the gospel of wealth and job creation. He was represented by Vice President Jessica Alupo during the 6th anniversary of the House of the Almighty Father Elohim, led by former Deputy Chief of Defense Forces, Lieutenant General retired Peter Eluelu, at his home in Anyara Sub-County, Kalaki District.
People in Nakaseke in Greater Luweero are facing challenges of land grabbing, animal theft and delayed compensation for the property they lost during the NRA Liberation War. The FDC party presidential candidate campaigned in various town councils of Nakaseke district. At Magoma Town Council, Mafabi cited land grabbing, which he pledged to ensure people get back their land.
It's going to be, you see, land belongs to people. Everybody knows this land. Whoever has taken people's land, like maybe using the offices, very clear, people are going to show us whose land it is. People will be given their land. Nobody has the authority to grab anybody's, deprive anybody of property.
Accordingly, Nakaseke has 105 kilometers of roads, of which 35 kilometers are tarmacked. The candidate, having driven from Magoma to Chiwoko Town Council on a dusty Maram road, promised to tarmac roads.
Here we have come, the roads are bad. Nakaseke, where we are, they have only 35 kilometers. You know, Kalenga Kapeka Road, we expect it to be tarmacked, not yet tarmacked for 40 years. The people here plan to fight corruption. I'm going to make sure that the institutions are built, capacity building in institutions which fight corruption. I'm going to make sure there's integrity in our systems. Of course, when you're talking of integrity, you must talk about good governance, trust in government bodies and institutions.
Mafabi opened FDC party offices and promised to fight animal theft.
We decided only one day to call a meeting, and you can ask anybody. There's no more cattle theft and it's wrong. How did we do? We empowered the citizens. First, the cow must be killed during the day for a cow or a goat at 9 when everybody sings. And no meat can move from one place without a stamp. You know, there's a veterinary officer. And any meat which moves must have even also an accompanying authorization.
In his manifesto, Mafabi promises to construct 21 industries in every sub-region of Uganda. In Nakaseke, he cited reviving growing coffee and adding value to it.
The Agriculture Bank to assist the cooperators, to assist the farmers. We're going to put 21 factories in Uganda. Each sub-region will have a factory consuming the raw materials from that area. If it's coffee, it's coffee. If it's cotton, it's cotton. If it's cassava, it's cassava. So
The candidate conducted campaign rallies in other areas like Lumpewe Trading Center and Kapeka Town Council. I'm Nafka Farida and Helen Barbara in Nakaseke.
Apologies, our dear viewer. That was the FDC presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi promising to protect the animals against theft in Greater Luweero, Nakaseke district. Mafabi was campaigning in various town councils in Nakaseke. He said Ugandan's constitution mandates government to keep the citizens and their property. Now, in more news, the Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakoba, has encouraged voters in Buganda in the 2026 general elections and NRM flag bearers to protect the gains and advance development in the country. Nabakoba was speaking at the Buganda for Museveni campaign held at Namungo Seed School Playground in Mityana district.
NRM supporters from various areas in Mityana district converged to the Uganda for Museveni campaigns at Namungo Seed School playground in Mityana. The Uganda for Museveni campaigns are aimed at educating the public in Uganda about the achievements of the NRM government to reclaim the party support and fame in these areas. The Minister for Lands, Housing and Urban Development, Judith Nabakova, appealed to the voters in Mityana and Uganda at large to vote for NRM flag bearers to reclaim the party fame and support.
Mwabava mu town council obusulu bwa mitwalo 3, abava mu municipality obusulu bwa mitwalo 4. Bwe obusulu bw'emmanyi nga minisita w'ebyettaka wano Mityana district, mbasaba bassebo ne bannyabo bwe tuba tugoberera tusobole okuba nga tunywezebwa ku bibanja byaffe n'ettaka. Balandiroodi abali wano president yabasaba mube bagumiikiriza. Gavumenti ejja kubasasula musobole okuba nga mulekera ab'ebibanja ettaka. Naye ekyokukikola nga temubataataaganyiza kubalemesa kukola mirimu gyabwe n'enkulaakulana okusobola okubeera nga egenda.
The host and NRM flag bearer Mityana South, Henry Makumbi Kamya, encouraged the NRM supporters in these forthcoming elections to emphasize the NRM candidates.
Naye mukama wange ffe tulina omusajja omulwanyi wa Museveni bamuyita Nakalogoliiso Bimba Yangi. Yawaayo yiika 10 bwe kiba kisoboseka gavumenti etuwadde technical school ye yiika yaziwaayo dda. Naye nno ssebo era ndaba owandiise banange awandiise ne technical school tujja gifuna.
Flag bearers for Busunju, Vincent Nyanzi, Mityana North, Kibedi Nsi Egumire, Ndianabo Esther, Mityana Municipality were at the mobilization campaign.
Sebeme na President Museveni alikola gezaako kulaba nti abantu abajja mu ki seeti amwongeddemu emyaka agikendezezza era nga mugamba talina kyakoze muzeeyi talina kyakoze birina amaaso naye ki birina amatu naye tebikola ki.
Now, dear viewer, we take you back to Kalaki, where President Yoweri Museveni has urged church leaders to be at the forefront in preaching the gospel of wealth and job creation. He was represented by Vice President Jessica Alupo during the 6th anniversary of the House of the Almighty Father Elohim, led by former Deputy Chief of Defense Forces, Lieutenant General retired Peter Elwelu, at his home in Anyara Sub-County, Kalaki District.
It is with great joy that I join you to celebrate 6 years since General Peter Elwelu obeyed God's call to start a Christian ministry. Christianity is a new religion in our part of the world. It was still until the late 19th century that the first groups of Christian missionaries started arriving in Buganda Kingdom. Christianity brought enlightenment to our societies. Most people abandoned their old ways of living. They stopped believing in spirits, in brackets, Emandwa. They gave up drinking alcohol. They stopped sharing drinking pots, which spread diseases among people. They learned to boil milk and water for drinking, and some took on the encumbrance of taking their children to school. Therefore, Christianity ushered positive transformation. I thank General Peter Elwelu for answering the call to serve God and spread the good message of Christianity.
The Christian message encourages unity and good neighborliness. I would like to take this opportunity to appeal to the church leaders to encourage their followers to embrace the NRM's message on the creation of jobs and wealth for the families. It is important to note that both man has both spiritual and physical needs. In the process of working for heaven, some of the faithful become negligent about their earthly responsibilities and thereby end up perpetuating poverty in their homes. If we have spiritually seen the light, then we must do the same economically. Finally, I would like once again to congratulate Elohim Church upon reaching the 6th anniversary and wish you all happy celebrations.
And you will have the keys to bind and to open. I proclaim joy, love, mercy, goodness, greatness.
Today, we are celebrating 6 years since the establishment of the sanctuary of our Lord here in this place, which was opened by the President in 2019, in the same day. So as we celebrate 6 years of the establishment of this sanctuary, we shall also be giving thanks to the Father for the 6 election terms he has taken us through, and for all the achievements that we have had for those years. Otherwise, a lot of achievements have been since this establishment of this place. In fact, the most important one for people of Teso is the favor that God has given them. Look at the appointments. It is not political. It's not that it is were the best in voting. It was God's favor. For the first time since creation, Teso has had an appointment of a vice president. Since creation, and many others. And I want to assure you, he has spoken several times. I see a problem coming. Talking about famine, he's talking about so many and I've been telling people. I even wrote to the president in 2020, when I was ready with the CDF, I wrote to him that we need to prepare the country for this. The Lord has been speaking about the coming famine for this country. And if we prepare, we will be able to save the region.
Once defined by gunfire, rebellion and fear, Uganda's former war zones are now symbols of resilience. From Karamoja's disarmament to West Nile's reconciliation and Gulu, where Parliament sat in the very heart of LRA scars, Uganda's map of conflict has become a map of transformation. As wars reignite across the region, Uganda stands firm, evacuating its own, hosting refugees, and pushing peace beyond its borders. Henry Okrut has the details.
Karamoja, found in the northeastern part of Uganda, was a name once identical with danger. For decades, armed cattle rustling and illegal guns kept this vast region locked in fear. Communities slept lightly, and life moved under the shadow of uncertainty. Today, that fear is history. Uganda's comprehensive disarmament program, the most extensive in East Africa, reshaped the destiny of Karamoja. Former warriors stepped forward, voluntarily surrendering weapons that once kept the region in perpetual conflict.
So the two guns has been recovered from them voluntarily, so there is nothing that will happen to them. The soldiers, they will protect them. If there is anybody who is going to intimidate them and so forth, so we are going to deal with accordingly.
Karamoja has had problems from the 1960s, but the disarmament we registered great success under the strategic leadership of the president and the army.
With the guns gone, opportunity arrived. New roads were constructed, grazing fields became safer, and new investments emerged, opening Karamoja to trade and economic growth for the first time in generations.
You couldn't be here. If there was insecurity, we wouldn't be here. But because of the disarmament, which has pacified Karamoja, we want to thank our security forces, the leaders, and the people of Karamoja.
This cement factory in Moroto district is still under construction, but already employing hundreds. When complete, it will provide more economic prospects, similar to what is happening at the already established and operational marble processing plant. All made possible with silence of guns and the return of peace.
So this is one way to disarm mentally, that there's an alternative way of earning money, creating wealth. So we are grateful to the NRM party, and these are the gains we need to protect.
Us coming here, it pulled out other investors. They came out to know that, oh, this place, it has become fine. Now we can also go and open up places there and we do business.
From Karamoja, the journey of peace leads westward into a region once defined by rebellion, West Nile. War was a daily reality here, Uganda itself being a refugee-generating country. From the bitterness of exile to the beauty of peace, the people of West Nile say their greatest victory is the stability they enjoy today. Today, West Nile is a living testament to reconciliation.
From 1986, West Nile began to be repopulated. People who had gone to Congo, people who had gone to South Sudan and other areas, they started coming back from Nairobi, from exile in South Africa, all over the world they started coming back. The credit for that security goes to President Museveni and the NRM government.
From producing refugees to hosting them, Uganda now shelters more displaced people than any African nation. Kiriandongo Refugee Settlement is currently home to thousands fleeing conflict in Sudan.
I'm scared from the war. My house is burned and stolen anything, and lost my son. And I am old woman.
Healing has become part of daily life. Faith-based groups, counselors and non-governmental organizations support families to cope with trauma, rebuild identity, and restore hope.
It allows them, first of all, to freely interact with the other children. They build up the social network, and then it addresses the psychological distress that they have.
In Bidibidi, one of the world's largest refugee settlements, South Sudanese families have built entire communities. This is proof that peace thrives where opportunity exists.
We empower refugees through giving them education, giving them good health, allowing them to do business, allowing them to work anywhere they want. They find themselves in a comfortable state.
Then it doesn't lock refugees in camps, but allows them to have a small plot of land, to grow food, allows access to the education system, to the health system. Uganda has one of the most forward-looking policies in Africa, and I would say in the world.
This is Gulu in the Acholi sub-region of northern Uganda. It is an area once ravaged by the Lord's Resistance Army insurgency. Uganda's parliament recently held a historic sitting here.
It is the first sitting that we are having at regional levels.
This being a tribute to how far the region and the country has come. For a region that endured 2 decades of horror under the LRA.
And in my mind and in my heart, I felt this was extraordinary. Extraordinary not because we are in Gulu, extraordinary not because the parliament has come here, extraordinary because I reflected on what used to be here and what is here and what it has taken to put what is in place in northern Uganda and in Gulu in particular.
That spirit of sacrifice, the revolutionary spirit, I do not know how the commander-in-chief inculcated that revolutionary spirit in the UPDF. A spirit that doesn't see impossibilities.
Uganda's story of peace does not stop at its borders. Its soldiers, diplomats and negotiators have aided to stabilize hotspots in the DRC, Sudan and South Sudan, keeping entire communities safe beyond the Great Lakes region.
We have made significant steps in resolving conflicts in our regions, especially Africa. We have made headways, the organizations like the African Union.
And maintaining the same requires consistency, including conflict prevention.
For instance, the illicit iridium minerals, problems of hate speech, problems of misunderstanding, all these problems, we need to address the root causes, and also problems of lack of development in some areas of our region.
Perhaps why, while at State House Entebbe, President Yoweri Museveni and the leadership of the International Conference of the Great Lakes region met in May 2025. This was meant to reflect on the conflicts still affecting the Great Lakes region.
In my opinion, these problems are easy to solve. They are not difficult. What is difficult is 3 mistakes: philosophy, ideology, strategy. Once you make those mistakes on those 3, then that's how a small problem becomes a big problem.
As we address the complex conflict situation and the urgent humanitarian crises facing the Great Lakes region and the DRC in particular, we must acknowledge the resilience of our people who endure these challenges day by day.
From Karamoja to West Nile, Kiriandongo to Bidibidi, and the Gulu to Entebbe, Uganda's journey is a testament that peace is not accidental. It is built, protected, and sustained.
And the main reason why we have been to keep peace is because of our ideology of not believing in sectarianism of religion, of tribes, or looking down upon women or children.
If we don't value the peace, the unity, and freedom that we have in our country, we will divide Uganda and we will mess it up and we will regret it.
Uganda remains a model for Africa, a blueprint for the Great Lakes region, and a reminder that no conflict is too old and no community is too broken to rise again. Henry Okrut, UBC.
With Momo, you have the power to pay your bills fast and conveniently using your phone. Dial *165*4# or scan to download Momo app and pay for water, electricity, TV, school fees, and much more. It's simple and saves you a lot of time. Just pull out your phone and pay. That's Momo. That's the power to be more.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for Silk Vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical-looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person who recommends me to another person who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
UEDCL is offering a normalization window until the 31st of December 2025. For those who have illegally connected into power lines or tampered with power metering equipment, register with UEDCL at www.uedcl.co.ug/wetereze to normalize your connection to avoid penalties or prosecution. Visit any UEDCL office in your area for assistance or call our toll-free numbers at 0800-203-088 or 0800-285-285 and 0800-385-385. Take advantage of this normalization window before the law catches up with you. UEDCL, lighting up your world.
Kabogos, where are you coming from?
From NSSF.
NSSF? You traveled all the way from Namaguli to get NSSF services. Lekanawe. You work with the area. NSSF is now everywhere. Come on, I show you.
The Pakabanda, you can register for NSSF. How contributing your Simati life? Never deep down in the Barara. Make NSSF payments. No Hala Okubekarangala. NSSF sure is not far. But this tomorrow Kuhika Gochido. Enjoy NSSF from where you are.
Access NSSF services right where you live. With over 20,000 quick teller agents across Uganda, now you can conveniently register yourself, make NSSF payments and contributions to your Smart Life account to Ubeda. NSSF, a better life.
This is our home, our land, our Uganda. From the rolling hills to the busy streets, from the farmers in the fields to the students in classrooms, we are one people. Elections are a time to choose our leaders, not to fight our brothers and sisters. When violence enters the ballot box, the future of our country is wounded. But when peace leads the way, our nation grows stronger. On election day, choose unity over diversion, respect over hatred, and dialogue over distraction. Love your country, protect your fellow citizens, stand for peace, and say no to electoral violence. This message is brought to you by the Global Election Observation Mission, GEOM, in partnership with the Uganda Electoral Commission. Informed citizens, strong nation.
Welcome back from the break. UBC News Tonight continues. Members of the National Resistance Movement in Mbarara, led by Mbarara City Mayor Robert Kachebezi, gearing up to welcome President Yoweri Museveni for his presidential campaign rally, which will take place at Bonna grounds in Mbarara City, covering both Mbarara districts and Mbarara City.
They held a procession within the city to remind and mobilize residents to turn up in large numbers. Party leaders at different levels, together with supporters, pledged total support for President Museveni.
Call upon everybody, every citizen, every native of Mbarara City to come and welcome the president.
More than ready to ensure that we have massive gatherings, that we have massive numbers to welcome the president on the 1st, which is just Monday.
They have praised the NRM government for its achievements such as infrastructure development, among others, and pledged to protect these gains.
First gain, which I always tell people, it is you the person, who is still alive, who is doing his either big or small work, but it is yours. You have all the rights to own whatever you want to own.
I have deeply seen how the NRM party has contributed. One, you have peace and security. You have good governance, okay? The infrastructure is commendable.
They cannot say that youth doesn't support President Museveni. That's a lie. They confuse people. I know youth, they do. And tomorrow, you're going to see by yourself. You see the youth, it's 90% that are going to attend.
Michael Toyota Kaguta, the national chairperson for the Patriotic League of Uganda, has called upon the Mbarara community to rally behind President Museveni to ensure he wins with the highest percentage.
Please, let's come and receive our teacher, because our president now is a teacher, because he has been teaching how to come out of poverty. So please, as youth, please attend so that you can have that message, because that message can turn you into something big.
The Bukanga County MP, Honorable Stephen Kangwaje, outlined reasons why Ugandans should support President Museveni.
We have what to tell people. We have other countries which have come from different angles to come and at least seek for peace. People from different countries. We have Somalis there within Uganda. We have Congolese, we have South Sudanese, we have Ethiopians.
Assistant RCC Mbarara City, Pauli Katwire, urged residents of Mbarara to dedicate only 2 days, tomorrow and the 15th of January 2026, to President Museveni.
I call upon all of you, all of people who are seeing us now, all mechanics in Mbarara, the informal sector, the border, the saloon makers, and all the other stakeholders of Mbarara City to join us at the one petrol station. We shall march from the one petrol station, then we shall proceed up to the venue where the president will be at the Boma ground. Thank you so much.
President Museveni will tomorrow, Monday, December the 1st, 2025, hold a campaign rally in Rwampara district and conclude the day with a rally in Mbarara.
Not only will we welcome him and stop there, we need also to vote for him. On the 15th of January, let everybody go at the polling station and vote President Museveni.
Relatedly, the NRM mobilization campaign is in high gear as the people of Kasese district prepare to host President Museveni during this political campaigning season. The president will be in Kasese district on Thursday next week as he traverses the Rwenzori region, soliciting for support in the forthcoming general elections. One of the senior NRM cadres in Kasese district and aspirant candidate for Bukonzo County West, Dr. Crispus Chionga, has tasked the people of Kasese to vote for President Museveni and all NRM flag bearers for the continuity of service delivery.
As we say in our tribe here among the Bakonzo, we say, whoever is never grateful is a bad person, is a witch. That's what we say. So I'm just being traditional. I'm in line with the traditional here. The tradition here. If someone has done well, say so. Say thank you to them. And if there is an opportunity, ask them to continue. If people are doing well, let them continue, because what we want from them is service. So I want the people here in Bukonzo West, in Kasese, when it comes to the next elections, they should really show that they appreciate us by our tradition and vote highly. In the last elections, apart from this area of mine of Bukonzo West, the rest of the district didn't do very well. To find that President Museveni average across the district got 48%, and Kyagulanyi, who has never done anything here, gets 47, was embarrassing to say the least. In my interaction with the population, I have consistently shown people that we should be grateful. The whole of Uganda, but particularly this area, to President Museveni. The initiatives led by President Museveni for the people are unprecedented. When I was growing up, people were paying graduated tax. Actually, some people would not use the main roads for fear of meeting chiefs to ask them graduated tickets, graduated tax tickets, which was like an inconvenience to people. So this was removed, and instead the government has brought money to ordinary people on the grassroots. PDM, you find an individual is given 1 million shillings, and those who are really enterprising have used that money to improve their income. And this really was a personal intervention of the president, showed to the rest of the government. And
in Jinja City, a new wave of political mobilization is taking shape after the NRM Progressive and Mobilization team officially launched. Mobilizers are seeking support from the party secretariat to boost President Yoweri Museveni's popularity in the city. The newly unveiled association seems ready to traverse Kabosoga sub-region, rallying communities and strengthening grassroots structures for the NRM party ahead of the January 15th, 2026.
UPDF veterans. Our structure is going to be multiplication of votes. We have mobilized organized groups, and in our launch today, these are part of the pioneers of the groups, the many groups that we have in our files, who are going to help to stand with us to mobilize for His Excellency the President. So our target is to see that NRM wins massively. And for this launch today, I have moved in all offices. I have invited all people who are concerned about this mobilization. I invited all flag bearers to attend our launch and support us and give us the morale to be campaigning together with them.
I mean 15 parishes over wards, and Southern has got 11 wards. Now when you look at these 26 wards, each ward we selected good 30 potential people who can mobilize others to look for the what? For the votes, in the same line with the 30-30 at the sales for NRM. We are doing this simply because we want to garner enough support and a bigger percentage as compared to what we received in 2021. If right now the NRM is saying we are to win this next polls at a percentage of 75, for us we are saying we shall raise it to from 80 to 98. That's what we are aiming at. As a matter of fact, with NRM in Jinja City, we are ready to do this for reasons that we have a lot to protect.
The Executive Director meeting point, Kampala Chamusa Obwongo, Mama Noelin Namukisa says, The reducing donor support and poor domestic funding to HIV and AIDS could cause new infections. She was speaking shortly after the confirmation ceremony at Meeting Point Kampala, Chamuso Obwongo at Cecilia and Paul Primary School, Namuwongo. The Vicar General of the Archdiocese of Kampala, MSGR General Kalumba, has addressed the issue of vulnerability of needy persons.
During the homily, the Vicar General of the Archdiocese of Kampala, Monsignor Gerald Kalumba, commended Meeting Point Kampala Chamusa Obwongo for supporting vulnerable populations, particularly those affected by HIV/AIDS. He said understanding vulnerable persons is important in this era of escalating HIV cases.
The Church has always been involved in assisting the underprivileged. We cannot assist them all satisfactorily that everybody comes out of these kind of situations.
Turning to baptism, Monsignor Gerald Kalumba reiterated understanding the sacrament of baptism as a means of welcoming children into the faith.
We are accused of not professing Christ because we baptize younger kids. So the message is that we baptize younger kids because we trust that those who bring them will bring them up in the practice of the faith, like they bring them up in all other practices of good health, of cleanliness.
He was speaking ahead of the World AIDS Day due tomorrow, December the 1st. The Executive Director, Meeting Point Kampala, Chamusa Obwongo, and an HIV/AIDS activist, Mama Noelina Namukisa, has raised concerns about the rising rates of new HIV infections among the youth. She appealed to government and advocates to reconsider awareness campaigns to combat the spread of HIV/AIDS.
I would still request all the NGOs working with HIV and AIDS to continue the struggle, because now, like new infections among our younger people, I think all of us should wake up and sensitize the youth.
As we approach International HIV/AIDS Day, Mama Noelina emphasizes increased domestic funding to combat the infection, warning Uganda will face greater challenges in eradicating HIV.
Actually, my message to all people living with HIV and AIDS is to encourage them not to stop taking the antiretroviral drugs. They should keep on taking the drugs.
In other news, Kobebe Dam in Lotizan Sub-County, Moroto District is almost dry, although Karamoja receives huge amounts of water throughout the year. Currently, animals get less quantity to enable over 50,000 animals have some water. Pastoralists and leaders are worried that this may lead to insecurity due to fighting for limited resources.
An estimated 2.3 billion litres of water have been lost at Kobebe Dam as the dry season intensifies. Constructed in 2010 by the Ministry of Water and Environment at 6.7 billion shillings, the dam was meant to address water scarcity for pastoralists in Moroto, Napak, Kotido and Kenya's Turkana. Despite good rains this year, Kobebe's water levels have sharply dropped due to siltation, posing a serious challenge to users. Lotisan chairperson John Robert Akiki Adupa blames ongoing security roadworks for the problem.
The dam is drying up. It might not even take 1 month because the roads which were constructed at Kobebe, they have blocked the water, the access of water to the dam. That's one of the challenge. the dam cannot access water from the points where they used to access water from.
Communities now draw water directly from the dam or struggle with animals at the few active drinking points.
Same water with the cows. We don't have a bowl around. So this is what we have been trying as a sub-county to move up and down to get at least, if there is any willing body or government could really put some bowls aside in order to make the community around, including the soldiers and the game rangers around. We are sharing with them, all of them they are sharing with us the same water with the cows, just fetching from the dam direct. And this water, they are not healthy, they are very green.
Authorities only release water at lunchtime.
Time for these cows to take water, but we normally open at least some little water, each cow, at least each herd of cows to test or get something in order to push. That's why
leaders warn this could trigger zoonotic diseases.
Found to be a problem. There may not be sufficient water to support the growing livestock population of Moroto and even the neighbors.
It's a time when many animals come from Uganda. And if I can tell you here, during that time we can have almost up to 1 million cattle present here. And if the situation continues like this, I think we are headed for a more challenging situation.
They say appeals to the water ministry in Moroto have yielded no action as tensions rise over dwindling resources. Moroto district has 2 valley dams, Kobebe and Nakonyen in Tapak sub-county, which is under construction, and 13 valley tanks.
From Moroto, we take you to Arua City, where President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has directed the Prime Minister Robin Anabanja to coordinate verification of Kony war victims in West Nile. This was contained in a letter to the Prime Minister dated 27th October 2025.
Victims of the Lord's Resistance Army in West Nile have been demanding the government for compensation for what they lost when they were attacked, killed, looted of their properties along Pakwach-Karuma Road.
We entered in ambush along Karuma-Pakwach Road. Both of my arms were all shot.
In other parts of West Nile, like Adjumani, many people's homes were attacked. They were killed and abducted by the LRA soldiers. Mostly comprised of the then Arua Boys businessmen and women, members of Kony War Victims Association are demanding 99 billion shillings as compensation from government for business capital they lost during the insurgency.
Buying those gunners from Kampala, I bought about 400 cartons. Then they were loaded in a lorry, but for me, I was in a bus. So those things were all burned.
My money were all looted in that bus until we are rescued by the Uganda People's Defense Force.
The President's directive was also in the copy of West Nile Parliamentary Caucus Chairman Geoffrey Feta, who delivered the message to the members of Kony War Victims Association.
The President has written a letter, a directive, directing Right Honorable Robin Anabanja, the Prime Minister, and I want to read the letter. It has been brought to my attention that Kony War victims in West Nile who lost their businesses, had their vehicles burnt, property destroyed, etc., have never been paid any compensation by government. Although it is not logical for government to take responsibility for actions that happen during wars or any insurgency, they can be considered for an ex gratia payment. The said payment will supplement other government efforts geared towards improving household incomes. In view of the above, I therefore direct that you coordinate the relevant government ministries like the Attorney General's Office, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development to verify the claimants and make an ex gratia payment. Signed by Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, president.
According to lawyer of Konyua Victims Association, Samuel Ondoma, the verification process of the beneficiaries was already done by Ministry of Defense.
As the president rightly noted, this money will supplement government effort towards improving household income. So I really pray that the Prime Minister takes this matter very seriously. Ministry of Defense actually need to fast track the process of verification because they came here, did the actual password verification already. To me, the verification which the president is talking about here was already done by the Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs. There is no need of generating other fake lists around. The list of these people is already in Ministry of Defense, it's already in State House, it's already with Attorney General. All the government, even the Speaker has the list.
Chairman of Konyua Victims Association, Alex Matua, says they lost capital during the insurgency. Joseph Fodama, UBC News.
With Momo, you have the power to pay your bills fast and conveniently using your phone. Dial *165*4# or scan to download Momo app and pay for water, electricity, TV, school fees, and much more. It's simple and saves you a lot of time. Just pull out your phone and pay. That's Momo. That's the power to be more.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
New Life Prayer Center and Church in Mombasa, Kenya welcomes you to the end of the year conference by seeking the face of God for 12 days. Come and receive your miracles, healings, and signs. You will meet the servant of God, Pastor Ezekiel, face to face to give you the word of prophecy for your life towards 2026. How have you prepared yourself spiritually for the year 2026? Then come and meet the great grace of God that will give you new steps and hopes. Are you tortured by witchcraft, spirits, dark altars? Come and Jesus will set you free. From the 3rd to the 14th of December, time is from 8 a.m. in the morning. Come travel with us to Mombasa at affordable rates from Uganda. Call +256 701 277 547 or +256 776 270010. You are all welcome. Keep watching World Evangelism TV.
Welcome back from the break. Now in business, parents have been urged to empower children with basic agriculture skills to enable them live a more practical and viable lifestyle. Agriculture employs close to 64% of the total country's population, making it the backbone of the country's economy. The sector is particularly significant in rural areas where about 76% of Uganda's population resides.
Limited land is a major hindrance for the community to develop. The agriculture sector, during the Young Farmers' Day celebrations at Mist Junior School, Werenga in Wakiso district, pupils exhibited solutions that demystify agriculture as a business.
I have learned how to rear animals like cows, pigs. I have learned how to make ghee and how to plant crops. So this skilling program is useful to those people out there who just go to their work and do typically nothing. So you can come here, if you're an MSc child, there's some money left on your school fees. So you come here for free. So you learn many skills from here. Now these maggots at the lava stage over here, they are just fed in different ways. Well, one, they are fed to poultry, they are fed to fish and pigs. And the first,
I want to teach you how to make a sack garden. Advantages of a sack garden. A sack garden takes limited space. A sack garden can be transferred anywhere.
The Assistant Commissioner, Early Childhood Development and Pre-Primary Education at the Ministry of Education, Dr. Safina Mulumba, said empowering pupils with such practical skills gives them an early start to life.
Today is not just an event, but a statement that agriculture is modern, it is innovative, and is a pathway to opportunity.
Pupils who had earlier undergone a 3-week training in digital literacy, organized by the International Certificate of Digital Literacy, were awarded certificates. The trainees, mainly primary 7 vaccies, trained in skills in basic computer skills.
The world is hungry for technology because technology has made the world a global village. And there's nowhere that you cannot participate in this global village. Having attained an international certificate that some of your parents don't have or are working to get, you want to excel even better.
An international certificate in digital literacy is a certification program that validates the individual's skills in using digital technologies.
In sports, the 2025 I&M Bank Katogo Gold Series have climaxed at the Par 71 Entebbe Club.
After 4 rounds, the 2025 Katogo Golf Series has climaxed at the Par 71 Entebbe Club.
This year has been exceptional for us. We had our second leg of our regional tournament where we went to Kigali. We had over 120 players going down to the Kigali Golf Club. Tonight we've also honored our trustees and patrons that started this entire Katogo journey.
The final leg attracted 154 golfers, most of whom questioned the in-regulation playing format that proved hard to crack.
I enjoyed my round. It was quite challenging. This guy came up with a format. You miss par, you have a double score. They add you another score. So it was quite challenging, but interesting. Good to try out new things.
The format was not a very easy one. In regulation, you have to play and reach the green in regulation. If it's a par 3, you must reach the green in 1 shot. If it is a par 5, you must reach the green in 3 shots.
During the closing ceremony, members including Kiwanuka Kidiwa were commended for sustaining this Katogo tournament.
I&M Bank, we thank you for the support to Katogo. Since you came into Katogo, it's become something special, something different that we don't even at times simply recognize. We appreciate you. We thank you so much. On my own personal note, since you came into Katogo, our expenditure has reduced. So we appreciate that.
In the action at this I&M Bank sponsored event, Isaac, Mariella and Lillian Kowe were overall respective gender winners and were rewarded several goodies highlighted by a Rwanda air ticket to destinations of their choice.
I'm happy to announce that because of our continued support, we're also inspired to continue our CSR trajectory, recognizing and supporting the efforts of those working behind the scenes to ensure that the I&M Bank Katogo series runs smoothly. And here we're talking about greenkeepers and the caddies.
In the ladies group B, Edith Wamala triumphed, followed by Christine Motevi and Florence Namara. Ladies group A was dominated by Rita Appel with Martha Babirye and Piska Basweka in close pursuit. Men's Group A was won by Paul Nwagaba. Kevin and Jessica bettered all in Group B, while Timothy Musime was unstoppable in Group C. In the side bets, longest drive went to Martha Babirye and Dr. Chwine Manzi. Nearest to the pin ladies was Loganathan Hasisha, while Piccolo Chamuzi, the man. All through this name bank-powered category series, there was a Mitsubishi Outlander for a hole-in-one, but this wasn't won by any of the golfers.
And that wraps up our time on UBC News Tonight, the first edition. Do join me at 10 p.m. for more news. My name is Moureen Babirye. Goodbye for now.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
In Uganda's oil and gas journey, the citizens and communities